fantastic. Now, my next guest, Claire. Claire Sweeney, you were in the first ever episode, is that right, of Strictly?
You know, I seem to be a guinea pig for these shows because I did the first Strictly, the first Celebrity Big Brother.
Did you?
Yeah, the very first, yeah.
Wow.
And Strictly, I mean, it wasn't the juggernaut it is now.
No, that's true, but we could tell. Oh, we could tell.
Oh, yeah.
We could tell back then. You did look slightly different, shall we say, in your debut in Coronation Street. Shall we have a look?
My baby that you told me you'd left on the steps of some police station somewhere in Liverpool is all grown up. And you're both living together like some nice, happy family. Well, if that's not enough to make someone want to go out and get off their heads, I don't know what would. I mean, just imagine that circle. My son is snatched from me because everyone thinks I'm using. And later in life, we find each other, and unwittingly, he gives me the money for pills that I OD'd on. It's like a Greek tragedy or something.
It is like a Greek tragedy or something.
What a baptism of fire that was, Lorranie.
Was that the first scene you ever had to do?
First day.
Oh,
so my first day
goodness.
filming, I was sat on the cobbles just kind of watching and observing. I thought, this is a nice way to break myself in. The next morning, 14-page two-hander with Dame Maureen Lipman.
Right.
I'm not only a fan of Corrie, I'm a fan of hers as well. So it was,
But what an impact already has been made by this character.
I know, and look at the hair and makeup and everything they've
You had
done.
a make-under, love. You had a
A
make-under. You definitely did. But it's what you would
Do you know,
expect.
I've got to tell you, my mum went to me, my mum went, isn't it marvellous? They stuck all those scabs to your face. I went, no, that was my own rosacea, Mum.
Oh, nice.
Kind of just made a bit redder.
Oh, jeez. But she is a very interesting character, and we've not seen the last of her. That's the good news.
I'm in the thick, I'm back August the 16th on screen, and I'm
Right.
back in the thick of filming. So all day yesterday, back in tomorrow, working with the wonderful Alan Halsell, Tyrone, who's just wonderful. He's so good. And Maureen and Sally Carman as well. You know, working with all these great people. I love it.
Because that'll probably be where we see you most, and then who knows? You know, because obviously we want to see you on every bit. We want to see you in Roy's roles, and we want to see you
I've done a scene in there. I did my first scene in the Rovers the other week. I was so nervous. I had a moment. It happened so fast. My wonderful agent, Melanie, she said, when I first met her, she said to me, you belong in Corrie. And then she introduced me to Ian McLeod, the producer.
Right.
Who took a chance on me, gave me the part, and I'm so grateful, you know. And then it happened so fast. And I was walking down the cobbles one day after a scene, and I saw Audrey getting into a taxi, and I went, oh my, it's happened. It's happened.
But it's kind of like it was meant to be. You know, there are certain people you think, I mean, it just makes total sense. You're sort of looking at you there. I'm sort of thinking, why did this not happen years ago? Because you belong there. Do you know what I mean?
Everything happens at the right time for the right reasons. And it just takes that one person to believe in you, take a chance, and that was Ian McLeod for me, so...
And he said, that's it, you're in. Your birthday seems to play a really significant role in insignificant roles, doesn't it, in your life?
It does. So I got offered Coronation Street on my 19th birthday, 17th of April. And I got offered... Sorry, no, Brookside. Brookside. And then I got offered Corrie on my birthday as well. 52 this year.
Isn't that good?
And I couldn't tell anyone. So I was sat on the balcony. I was on holiday with my mum, Jax and Meddy, and was sat on the balcony. I get the phone call and I was sworn to secrecy. So I've got all my mates phoning me and Tony Maudsley, who was in the show.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm not allowed to tell anyone.
Could you not tell anybody?
No,
you had to just keep it to yourself?
Yeah, I told my mum, of course.
Of course, you have to tell your mum. That's allowed. I mean,
That's it.
You know, that's absolutely
And I've got to be
fine.
careful what I tell Jackson because he's got the biggest mouth.
Is this your boy? This
Yes.
your son, right? What age is he now?
He's 8 and he doesn't really understand when you've got to keep things quiet. You know, he's announcing it to everyone.
Do you know, he's a good singer, isn't he?
He's so cute.
Yeah, he's
so
a good
lovely.
singer. And he loves to, I mean, he's an entertainer, there he is.
Singing Rainbow Connection.
Oh, do you think he'll probably maybe, who knows, maybe
Do you know
do
what?
something?
He loves it, but I just want him to be happy.
Yeah.
And he's a bright kid, so I want him to get a good education.
Sure. And then
Yeah.
just he can make his
Just
mind up.
whatever makes
and
him happy.
his own choices. Now, look, you mentioned Brookside, that you got the role on your birthday. You're only 19? Gosh.
19 when I first did
Jeez.
Brookside.
Now, obviously, they're rerunning Brookside on STV, on their
I
STV.
was last on with Lewis Emmerich with you, wasn't I?
With us, and we did that mad thing. we did because Crossroads, they did the brilliant drama on No Gordon, and we did a mad thing, just sort of...
Nolly, wasn't that great?
That was so good.
So
but look,
good.
Brookside. Because there's so many unfinished stories there, so many stories still to be told. Is it something maybe in the distance that might come back? How would you feel about that? What do you think?
I don't think it should ever have been axed.
No, neither
because it
do
was
I.
so gritty and
I don't know
ahead
why
of its
that
time.
happened.
I don't know what happened. And it was a shame, such a shame. And Hollyoaks kind of took over that place,
Oh, of
really.
course,
and
right,
that went
okay.
a lot more gritty.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'd come back. And there's certainly an audience for it because when they showed the reruns on STV,
it
was what
huge.
the highest rating show, I think.
know.
So,
I know.
Who knows?
I love that. I love the nostalgia of that and looking back. But then it made you realise, first of all, how well written and how well done it was by all of you, by the whole cast. But also, we sort of need something like that.
Well,
now.
it's funny. I was with one of the writers last night, Jan McVerry, because the writing on Corrie. I mean, the guy who wrote that scene, Ian Kershaw from Maureen and I. The writers are sublime, and there's quite a few of them gone from Brookside over to Corrie.
Yeah. Now that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Because
Yeah.
the thing is, you can't do your job if you don't have the writing. It's all about the writing,
It is
isn't
about the writing.
And that's
really,
that's what
Jonathan Harvey as well, who's
that's
wonderful.
what raises up these things.
Yeah.
But look, as far as this character goes, and she is very intriguing, I would love to see her as part of the furniture. Do we know yet, or is it still? We'll just see what happens.
I'm hoping.
Right,
I'm
so
hoping.
it's
But you
fingers
know what,
crossed.
Lorraine? In this industry, I never take anything for granted.
Do you know?
And I would love to stay, and I just think it's wonderful. And it's a happy place to work as well.
Everybody says it must be really weird though, because I remember going up one time and it honestly did feel as though I'd crawled into my television. It was like, I'm in my
It's like me seeing Audrey on the cobbles.
I know. And then you're sitting in the green room, you're sitting there and they're all coming in, and I don't know, it was just like, I saw Rita and I curtsied. I couldn't help
I
myself.
walked past Ken Barlow the other day.
I know.
He looks so young and
It's
so
ridiculous.
fabulous.
You know, he did that skydive. I know. How?
I know, he's amazing. It's 90. He's amazing,
Is he
isn't
able
he?
to do that? And that is proper TV royalty, isn't it?
It really
It's
is.
proper
It
TV
really
royalty.
is, yeah.
And to be part of that is wonderful. Well, I hope you're going to be there for a long, long time. It's so good to see you.
Thank you,
You look
Lorraine.
so glam.
So different.
So
Wonderful
different.
Melissa in makeup. She's done a great job.
You look great, and it's lovely to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Claire.